the 65 game minimum. And our game is different. Obviously, they wanted to implement that rule in because of, load management, I guess, late season guys not playing or, back-to-backs, a lot of the big guys wasn't playing. But, sometimes if guys are not able to play, the guys are literally not able to play. It's not like we're like shitting on, national televised games or, whatever the case may be. But I mean, I'm looking at this list right now. We got one of our biggest names, Nikola Jokic. We got Giannis, we got Wembanyama, we got, Steph that missed games, Kawhi that missed games, Sengun, obviously AR, my teammate. Jalen Williams is out again, J-Dub is out again. How do you think that's gonna like impact, going into the future? You got guys are gonna miss all NBA nods because of that. When you can't tell me that Jokic is not all NBA now all of a sudden because he's missed 30 games, you can't tell me he's not a, first team all NBA. This guy's averaging 29, 13, and 14 or some shit like that. So like, how long do we go with this and how is it gonna affect, not only today's conversation, but also like individual guys' legacies? Like, it's a topic of conversation. It's just weird. It will be so weird to see the all NBA teams come out, first team, second team, third team, and Jokic is not on there. Or Giannis is not on there, or if my teammate, if Luka happened to miss some time and he's, not able to be eligible because he didn't play 65 games to make all NBA, or, like you said, even more important, we're not just talking about legacies for guys of conversation, but also legacies for their families. Like, if you have an opportunity to be in a contract year where you can get the Supermax or you can get you're eligible for an extra year, and you're playing exceptional basketball, you having a career year, and you play 64 games, that could be like catastrophic. Like, right. Like it'd be something that you'd be so pissed off about. Like, so, at some point, like you said, it'd be a conversation that'd be brought up again, and hopefully we can kind of figure it out and get to a better place about it, because the game is different. Like, I want people to understand, and our fans to understand that, it's a lot of soft tissue injuries that's happened now because of it. I hope we can get a handle on that as well, because that's big in our game. I think when I first came into the league, Reese, like some of the biggest concerns of injuries was like, a high ankle sprain. You was afraid to step on somebody's ankle because there was 4 or 5 guys sitting in the paint. So, guys with athleticism, myself, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, to name a couple guys, sometimes you're afraid to take off into the lane because there was 4 or 5 guys sitting in the paint. And if you land on somebody's ankle, you get a high ankle sprain, you out 4 to 6 weeks. Now that's not really much of you don't really see that as much now because the game is so spread open, it's so much pace, but now you see the new high ankle sprain is the calf.
Right.
So, hopefully we could get a handle on that from a medical standpoint, but it's just a game. I just want the fans to understand that the game is a little different, and, as NBA players, we definitely want to be out there as much.